What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Ash Wednesday. It's the start of Lent. Just got out of Mass. That's ash, by the way. You know, it's not like poop or anything. We'll get to why that's on my head. Today we're talking about Lent and kind of what it means, the history of it, and we'll get to the verse of the day later. So Lent goes all the way back to the time of the disciples. We have records of Saint Irenaeus, who was a third generation apostolic father. So when John, the disciple, and then his apostle Polycarp, and then Irenaeus was an apostle of Polycarp. So third generation, we have literal written records of him talking about fasting during the Passover, which, you know, that's when Jesus died, and observing fasting, praying, and almsgiving before Easter. Then in 333 at the Council of Nicaea, they declared, all of the priests and everyone who was there, of 40 days of fasting, of prayer, and almsgiving before Easter. And then finally in 601, Pope Gregory, there's a lot of Gregorys, I believe he was the first, like kind of like, you know how like the feds make a national holiday, he kind of did the same thing for the church, and made it like an actual like tradition that we've been celebrating ever since, almost 1,500 years. The church has been doing it officially, but since the beginning, fasting, prayer, and almsgiving has been a part of the church before Easter. And I bring up those three things because, you know, Lent nowadays just is like, when most people hear Lent, they think like, oh, I can't eat meat on Friday and I'm supposed to give up like video games or nicotine or something, right? When in reality, Lent is supposed to mirror Jesus's 40 days in the wilderness, right? And what did Jesus do when he went there for 40 days? Obviously, when we read in the Bible, the devil comes and tempts him 3 times. But like we read in Luke, that comes at the end of the 40 days. So what was Jesus doing in the woods for 40 days before that? Just waiting for the devil to come and tempt him? No, he was focusing on his relationship with God the Father. And Lent is about turning your eyes from things not of this world, but to the things that are not of this world. So you give up these things of this world, not because that's your focus and you want to fight the temptation and the urges that the devil gives you, but more so of, I want to love God so much and to focus on Him so much in my everyday and in everything that I do that I don't even get the urges anymore. I'm not resisting the temptations. The temptation is just so out of my sight. My eyes are set on things so much bigger than this world. And the way we do that is by prayer, by fasting, and by almsgiving. And almsgiving means being generous, giving things, giving your alms, right? Don't store up your own treasures, give your treasures away. Kind of like Dr. Z, right? A couple of the people we've talked about on here. And so we do the ashes as a sign to show I am a sinner. I cannot give up these things, right? I cannot eventually get rid of these addictions and afflictions that have a hold on me. I can't do it on my own. It's impossible. I can't do it. I'm never going to be able to do it for my whole life. I don't have the power to do it alone. So this shows to God and to yourself that I accept your power, Lord. I know that through you, I can overcome these things, but only through you. It is us reminding ourselves that we are sinners. We need God to get over the things that affect us and afflict us and draw us away from the Lord. and also to remind us that we are dust. One day we will die. You know, the priest said today, he was like, a lot of people sitting in this church on this day last year thought they'd be here today, and they're not. And a lot of people sitting in this church right now will think they'll be here next Lent. They will not. Do you really want to go in front of the throne of God without giving it your all in a Lent, without really trying to know who Jesus Christ is? You know, that stuck with me really hard. Like, because you don't know the day you're going to go to the throne of God and have to stand in front of him. Are you going to be able to say, I gave it my all to you, God? I really gave you everything I had and tried my best to go into that wilderness with you for 40 days and see what I'm made of, see what I can do through you. So the verse of the day, which is what gets said to us as we're getting the sign of the cross on our foreheads in ash, we're going all the way back to the beginning, literally. We're in Genesis chapter 3. We're in Genesis chapter 3, and I'll start with, here we go, chapter 3, verse 19. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread until you return to the ground, for out of it you are taken. You are dust, and to dust you shall return. I love all of you. I hope you have a great Lent. Try and give it your all to God. You know, and it's 40 days, right? Baby steps. Start with a minute of reading the Bible, right? Maybe a cheeky prayer in hiding, right? And just build on it. You know, God doesn't want you to be perfect or to pretend to be perfect. He wants to meet you where you're at, and he wants you to work on coming to him. That's all that this is about. Is about putting your eyes on the thing that really matters. And that's Jesus Christ, Lord of Lords, King of the universe. I love all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless all of you.